Adam and Eve. Then the eyes of both of them were opened, and they realized that they were naked. You may wonder, is that the message for today? Yes, it is. Once you understand the meaning and the depth of that just one sentence, you will have the dawn of wisdom and holiness. Just this sentence, this one sentence is all that you need. Understanding of the meaning of that one sentence will make you wise and really holy. All about the image of sin and temptation. The nature of temptation, the nature of sin. What happens when sin happens? First of all, the promise. Every temptation is a promise. You are promised something great. If you do this, you are going to be great. You will feel great. You will look great. So do this, then you are going to see something wonderful. And then you do it, and then you find the disillusionment, the fall, the emptiness, the shame. You lost everything. That is a story about every temptation and every sin, the expectation, the promise, the disillusionment, and the shame, and the sadness, and the loss. You note this thing, that the devil is very subtle. And what he promises is very attractive. Mind you, we all have the same temptation. You, everybody, invariably, everybody has this temptation. What is the temptation here that we all face in our life? You can be God. You can decide what is right and what is wrong. Haven't you got reason? Use your reason. Use your brain. You are a human being with reason, so use your brain and be clever. You can be God. You can rely on yourself. Don't depend on it. You are clever enough to manage your life. You don't need a God. Look at the way how the devil is going about it. First of all, the devil creates doubt in the mind of Eve about the goodness of God. Those words are very important. First of all, a doubt in your mind about the goodness of God. And that's where everything begins and goes the wrong way. What is the question that the devil is putting to Eve? Are you sure? Did God really tell you that way? Think about it. Are you sure? No, he won't say that. Think about, are you sure? Did God really say that you were not to eat? After having given you all this, did he put any kind of restriction on your freedom? Think about that. We have to comment Eve. We can't say that about Adam. Adam was really stupid. We can commend Eve for one thing. She put up a fight. She resisted the temptation. She quoted what God said. She got that kind of wisdom to say, God has told us. But the man just swallowed the whole thing without any second thought. He was the one who was really stupid. Eve was much more wise. She said, no, we were told. But the man, no thought about it. No, nothing about it. He just swallowed the whole thing. What is the message here? First of all, understand the meaning of the word devil. The word diabolic. One who creates doubt, division, and disturbance. If you are a person of faith, always be ready for this kind of testing. Some diabolic situations. The devil comes to disturb you and to trouble you and cause division in your understanding of God, disturbing your peace, pulling you in a different direction. You wonder, is that right? Is it right? This is what should I do? You are pulling out because your faith is not that strong enough. Here we have in today's the gospel and this first read, we have two paradigms of dealing with the temptation. Two paradigms. On the one hand, Adam and Eve, disobedience. Disobedience. They were easily led away by the seductive temptation of the devil. On the other hand is the Lord, obedience. Obedience. Jesus said to the devil, what is written? Of course, the devil is also quoting from the Bible, but the Lord is telling them, what is written here? Fighting temptation with the Word of God. Fighting temptation with the Word of God. The three temptations, they are actually one temptation. Different aspects of one temptation. This is the temptation to play God, to rely on yourself. Aren't you son of God? Why should you suffer hunger? You can make bread out of the stones. You have got the power. Haven't you? You are son of God. You say you are, so may turn these stones into bread. You can rely on your own power. You are clever enough, powerful. Why don't you do it? Rely on your own power. Play God. The second one, try to impress others. Try to impress. You just jump down. You will impress everybody. You will just jump down and nothing happened. Oh, you are powerful, amazing. Nobody could ever do that. You are amazing. They'll be all impressed and they'll believe in you. Do some stunt. Try to impress others. The third one, if you have power and glory, oh, you can rule the whole world. The temptation to have honor and power and possessions. If you are all the power in the world, think about what you can do. We all have this kind of temptations in one way or the other. Sometimes in a very subtle way. This temptation to play God. Another thought, my dear friends, is you can always fight any kind of temptation if you know the Word of God. The Word of God, the power of the Word of God, the way it can touch your life, strengthen your faith, you have to realize. Sorry to say, just coming to Mass, you and me, if you are here only for the communion as a Catholic, unless you give it time to study the Word of God, listen to the Word of God, and be passionate about the Word of God, your faith is never going to be deep. It may sound very strange, Because in the Catholic faith, our focus is all about having Holy Communion. Important it is, but unless you understand the Word of God, the power of the Word of God, a love for the Word of God, and the hunger and thirst for the Word of God, your faith will never get deep. Here the Lord, all the three temptations, the Word of God, what you read, what is written. What I'm saying is, not just this Lent time, always find time to read the Bible. Every day, at least one chapter, at least one small passage. Even if you are so busy, find time to read something from the Bible every day. Make it something of your daily practice. Or in the morning or in the evening, better to have in the morning, just 5 minutes or even 2 minutes just to read the Word of God. Just someday it will be a light on your path. Whatever be the darkness you face, whatever be the devil you fight that day, you'll find the Word of God will give you peace and light in those moments.